What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for a whole new episode. Oh my god, this is the second to the last episode of How to Get Away with Murder. I might cry on next week's episode just because who the fuck is this? Let me turn this off so y'all gonna be like, oh my god, Ashley is too loud. Okay. How to Get Away with Murder. This is the second to the last episode. You know, this is episode 14 of season 6. Annalise Keating is dead. Listen. They started off with the F shit. Why I blank myself like that? They started off with the fuck shit right off at the beginning of this episode, okay? So, it starts off with Annalise. She's in the mirror. She's getting ready. It's the day of her first day of her trial, okay? So she's getting ready and, she's trying to figure out what to put on. Should I have my guns out, you know what I'm saying? Or should I have them covered? Should I do this? Do it shows this? Do it shows that or whatever? She goes through this whole process about her hair, should I wear my natural hair? Should I wear this wig? Maybe, because this wig got me through a lot of stuff. Maybe they'll think this way. Man, why are we still having this conversation about hair and all this stuff? I love that part. I love that part. For some reason, girl, because look at this shit. It spoke to me. And she was like, fuck it. If I'm going to go down, bitch, I'm going to go down and I'm going as myself. I said, I know that's right. She was like, what about mama? She said, Annalise, we got this. You going to win. You going to win. She's giving herself this pep talk, okay? And that's what we all do. We all give ourselves pep talk when we going through some big stuff or whatever. But right now, Annalise's life is literally on the line, okay? So she giving herself the pep talk and she was like, you gonna win, girl. She was about to open up the door and she get her keys and she was like, what about mama? She was like, fuck that. Mama ain't going nowhere because I ain't going nowhere. I said, I know that's right, bitch. Okay. So then it flashed back to when Annalise, tells Bonnie about Frank being Sam and Hannah's son. Okay. So at this point, Bonnie is like, did you tell Frank? Frank needs to know. Because, first of all, are we 100% serious about this? And she was like, yes, that explains why Frank, what's his name? Sam wanted me to bail Frank out of jail. Okay. That, and also explains why when Frank had part in killing my baby, he didn't want to, put him away or whatever. He kept him around because he was protecting his son. So Sam knew about this shit. It was like, but what I need to know, we can't tell Frank at this moment because this is gonna mess up the plan. And Bonnie was like, girl, what plan you talking about? We gonna get Hannah the turn. And she was like, girl, how's that gonna happen? Because listen, all we gotta do is go take this stuff down to the lawyer, her lawyer, which I want you to do, and show him the information that Hannah was out here committing incest and inbreeding at the same damn time. And Hannah the type of bitch, she a prideful hoe. She don't want none of that stuff out there in the open like that. So she gonna turn or whatever. Get her on our side so she can be a witness for the trial for me. Okay. So Bonnie goes down there to the lawyer. The lawyer looking at the paper like, what is this no heterozygous thing or whatever? And Bonnie said basically what that mean is that the mama and daddy is brothers and sister. And he said, ain't this about a bitch? So what you want? This blackmail? She was like, nah, this not necessarily blackmail. All I want is for her to come down and be a witness for Annalise. So you want her to get up on the stand and lie? No, I don't want her to lie. I want her to tell the truth that she was in cahoots with Governor Burhead and the Castillos. Okay? That's what I want to know. Meanwhile, going over there to Connor and Oliver, they up there trying to get ready, see which tie to put on, which will show more innocence or guilt or whatever. And, Connor is having this conflict of, morality and integrity and conscience and all this stuff because, he did not tell Michaela that he took the deal. Because now that until Michaela probably took a deal too. We just don't know. She's just as cunning too. Okay. And so, at this point, kind of said it don't really matter because I'm still going to jail. He said Oliver was like, you only going to jail for 5 years. I said, y'all doing all of this, and you still going to jail for 5 fucking years. You turned on Annalise and all y'all gonna be up in jail at the same goddamn time. Ain't this about a bitch? You know what I'm saying? And so at this point, over there with Michaela, she trying to figure out what she gonna put on. The daddy said, listen, that badass suit that you got on right now, but it shows alpha. The jury ain't gonna take an alpha shit like that, okay? You gotta humble yourself, seem a little weak or whatever. And she was like, this how you win them cases, being crooked and shit like that or whatever. He was like, that's how I became the businessman that I've been, okay? He gave her this little plain pink little sweater. Girl, we used to wear sweaters and stuff like that all the time when I was in Oh my God, I used to wear a lot of stuff that y'all don't see me wear, bitch. I be like, goddamn, I ain't had no control over that shit. But she was like, this is so ugly, but so perfect. Meanwhile, it's time for the trial, okay? And Annalise sitting there like this. I said, Mama, you better post up. You better post up with your natural crown. Girl, she was looking good too. And I said, oh shit, Annalise. She said, come with it. That's what her eyes were telling me. I'm ready. Come with it, Your Honor. So they get ready to start. And right before they get ready to start, the prosecutor said, pause. Before we actually start, we need Tegan to, Tegan Price to just recruits herself from this. She needs to go because it's a conflict of interest, and it's a personal conflict of interest that she has with Annalise Keating. Girl, they turned around and Tegan got up and said, bitch, what you talking? What you talking? It was like, we got a witness that can show that it's a conflict of interest. She said, bitch, what witness you talking about? And do you got proof of this proof? And it was like, yeah, we got the witness. And the judge was like, when can you bring this witness in? Oh, we can bring this witness in right now. Bitch. The door open. Everybody turns around looking like, who the fuck? We hear these heels now. At first, I thought it was gonna be a guy that was gonna pop up in there. Who did I think that it was gonna be? I thought it was gonna be what's the dude that's trying to get with? Is his name Richard or whoever? The dude that's trying to get with Annalise, who was trying to get on the team with Tegan, and Tegan said, "No, boy, no, that's my bitch. Okay, not yours." I thought it was gonna be him. Finna come in there trying to say about how he like her and she like her too and all that stuff. So no, it's a conflict of interest. But baby, I heard them heels click, click, clack, and I said, bitch, what bitch coming up in here like this? Laurel. Really, bitch? Bitch, you could have stayed gone. And if you not contributing to this shit, if this is trying to fuck up Annalise stuff, bitch, you could have stayed the fuck gone. Y'all know I record on a commercial break so I can get everything and don't forget most of the stuff. Baby, so this laughter is my reaction because baby, I am in disbelief. Okay, listen, I don't care about the profanity that's about to be throughout this review because my god darn god. Okay, what the hell is going on? And Annalise ain't done shit to nobody, and people are playing. Bitch, if Annalise don't get justice next week, oh my god, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad. Anyway, Laurel gets up on the stand and she basically was like, my name is Laura Castillo and I'm up in here for the prosecutor because, I knew it came a point in time where my daddy was scared that I was going to testify against them, and I knew that I had to testify against them. That's why, he had my brother come after me, and that's why he tried to get custody of my, my son or whatever. Is Laurel's mama really dead? Can we go back to that? Can we go back to that? And who really killed her? Was it the daddy or was it Laurel? Because we don't know. And we still haven't explained those scratch marks that was on Laurel fucking arm. Okay, bitch. Don't think I fucking forget. We got one more episode for you to explain your goddamn self. But this bitch get up on the stand and basically was like, Tegan was there on my father's team when I had got kidnapped when I was a teenager, trying to make it seem like she worked for, the prosecutor, giving them all this information, and the prosecutor, Tegan was like, okay, so Ann, what they got to do with this shit, bitch? And she was like, the prosecutor was basically like, listen, it's for the simple fact that you got ties to just about a lot of these witnesses, okay? And so you're going to have to recuse yourself and get up off this case. And at this point, Tegan was trying to argue it down, and And Annalise was like, "No, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. I represent myself." So Annalise and Tegan had to go back there and talk or whatever. She was like, "Bitch, truth be told, I don't even know if you really on my side or not, or you haven't been playing me this whole time." I said, "Annalise, this ain't the time to be doing this, okay? This ain't the time to be doing this. Tegan is gonna try to be the good girl in your corner because she wanna eat your corner, okay? She wanna eat around your corner, in your corner, and out your corner, okay? She just want it all right? So she ain't trying to play you, okay? No, no, not yet. She ain't got the prized possession that she really want, okay?" And so, at this point, Bonnie, Frank come up or whatever, was like, "What this bitch been at? Okay, ain't this about a bitch? I should have been on Dora case or whatever." And she was like, "No, it's cool, it's fine." Bonnie pop up and said, "Bitch," because Laura was standing back there with little baby Christopher. She trying to figure out what the hell she doing here. And was like, "Girl, for the goddamn prosecutor, she's a fucking snitch." Girl, when they said she a snitch, I said, "Yes, bitch, use our term. She's a snitch." Okay, that's exactly what she is. All right. And at this point, you know, Frank was like, "You want me to find some more information on this incest case or whatever?" And was like, "No, don't even worry about that. What I need you to do is go find out about the kids and what they actually their immunity deals and what they gonna say and all that shit." And he was like, "Okay, cool," because and he gonna ask Bonnie, "Where did she come from?" She was like, "I was trying to find Nate. That's all that it is." She lied, because as soon as Frank leave away, Bonnie tells her, "Okay, so listen, what happened was when I got through with Hannah, lawyer, whatever, he called her and basically, said that she gonna sign the NDA. I'm gonna sign the NDA, and basically she agreed to it. And if you tell anybody that she is Frank's mama and about this incest stuff or whatever, it's gonna be $100 million penalty." And Elise's face was like, "Damn, bitch." But okay, we can rock with that. So at this point, we see Nate. He go down there because Frank was on the phone trying to call Nate. Can't find him. Oh, excuse me. Can't find him. We get down to where he at. He at the police station, at the jail, or I should say the prison, federal prison. Trying to have visitation with Jorge Castillo. Okay, and at this point, girl, I was over it. I said, "Nate, what do you want? What do you want?" He said, "Listen, I bet you Annalise's case must be going good if she sent you down here." And they said, "No, sir. She didn't send me down here. I sent myself down here. I don't want your son neck, nor do I want yours." I said, "Oops." Nate, you ain't have to do that. Jorge kind of caught on to something when he said that, because you saw how he reacted like, "What you mean?" You know what I'm saying? And basically what he wanted from him was, "Listen, go ahead and testify that the governor had something to do with this whole thing and that it really wasn't just you or whatever. She put you up to it. Listen, the feds are looking into it, okay?" He said, "Boy, I ain't got time for this. I'm not finna do this, okay? You ain't finna get me embroiled and all that stuff. I'm already doing time in here." He said, "Listen, if you do this, the feds will give you lesser time." Jorge picked up like, "What? Oh, okay." And I said, "Let's see if he really gonna do it." Meanwhile, back at the courthouse, trial has begun. Opening statements. You got the prosecutor basically trying to paint Annalise to the jury as this charming, charismatic, person that everybody loves and all this stuff and woo woo woo. Annalise get up there and was like, "Joyless, emotionless, bitch." That's what people done told me all this time. Now, for the prosecutor to tell me some shit about saying that, describe me as charismatic and charming and all this stuff, girl, I ain't never heard nothing like that. And then the prosecutor get up there talking about the whole thing with the murder. She plotted this whole murder out for the kids to do it, to kill her husband, and then it went on to kill to put it all on West, and then it went on to Rebecca, and then it went on to this person, D.A. St. Clair, and this person, this person, this person, this person. I said, "Look at Nathan from Insecure, boy, you can't stay in a show to save your life, okay?" But anyway, I said, "What is going on? Why are they doing this?" I'm sitting here like this is real, and I'm part of the trial, and I'm watching like this the O.J. Simpson trial, getting fucking mad, because I'm like, you are really trying to take this black lady down, and that's what Annalise did, even though O.J. did it. Y'all get what I'm saying? Even though, Annalise was like, "See, listen, all this is, the governor and the FBI trying to come at me. Oh, so she's trying to put the big old defense on the governor and all this stuff and woo, woo, woo." That's what the prosecutor said. But Annalise said, you got people like MLK, Harvey Milk, Joan of Arc. These are people who had power, and people in power they got other people that come behind them that trying to take them down. And I'm this black woman, okay? This black woman that wants that is up and took on the government, and now they want to take me down, okay? That's all that it is. You know what I'm saying? If they can frame me and do the shit that they doing to me, just think about what they can do to you. All right, girl. I said, that's right, Annalise. Annalise walked away like she did that shit. I said, okay, cool. Next thing you know, we see little Laurel ass is getting little Christopher together in the room finna come out, okay? And after that, she gets spotted as she opened up the door by Michaela and Connor. They was like, bitch, go back up in the room because we gotta fucking talk. The fuck is you doing here? Bitch, what is going on? She was like, girl, I'm here for the prosecutor. I'm doing the same thing that y'all doing. What you talking about? So what deal Lanford gave you? To say the same thing about you? That Annalise set up this murder, had us do all this stuff, and you know, the stuff with West or whatever. Okay, so you gonna get 5 years in jail too? No, I'm not getting 5 years in jail. I'm getting nothing in nobody's jail. I negotiated to get probation. They said as long as I don't commit another felony, I can be here for my baby. And they was like, oh, so no jail. Ain't this about a bitch? And I was like, yeah, ain't it about a bitch, okay? Y'all fucked up, you know? And they was like, bitch, how did they find you? Well, it was like, well, when Asher wanted to tell me about who the mole was and all the stuff that was going on and all this shit, they pinged the phone call or whatever and they found my location. Where was you, girl? Bitch, you better say something. Girl, I was in Brooklyn. Me and Michaela said, bitch, wait a minute. So you was right in the goddamn vicinity of us this whole time? She said you was an hour away this whole time. This whole time they thinking that she done went overseas, she did or something else. Mine is right down the goddamn block. Okay? Could have took an Uber ride across the goddamn bridge. Bitch, I was so over it. Then when it came time for Michaela to get her ass on that stage, on that stand to testify, she's talking about, because they go back to the time when they met Sam the night of his death, you know, come in there basically saying she lied about who pushed him over the banister, said that it was West or whoever the fuck it was when it really was her, okay? Lied and said that he was up in the bedroom, okay? And then West came in, he had this look about himself, and I just didn't understand what was going on. Baby, when Michaela was about to fake start tearing up, Annalise sat there, Annalise was sitting there like this the whole time. And then when Michaela started fake tearing up, Annalise's face went from to like, I know this bitch. It's some fake tears. Oh, I know I wasn't prepared for that. She said, girl, I see right through that shit. But bitch, I don't care how long this review is, because they got me hot. Bitch. At this point, she started going in saying, you know, Wes said, don't stop it or whatever. I was just relieved or whatever that he was breathing. But Wes, he wanted to end it all, and he took the statue and he bust him across the head or whatever, knowing damn well that ain't how the shit went down. Wes did bust him across the head, but that wasn't the reason why. Okay, girl, she gonna say, he did this because he said that Annalise told him to come over here and fuck that nigga up and kill him. Annalise told him to do that. And it was like, Annalise sitting there like, I knew they was going to say this shit. I knew that's part of the plan or whatever. And this was the part that that threw me the fuck off and threw Annalise off too. Bitch. They was like, it had to be some more. She was like, yes, it was another reason. What is the reason? Because Annalise and Wes were sleeping together. I said, bitch, the fuck? That's like incest. Oh my God, and you know it. I said, y'all really stooping this fucking low. You are really trying to get this lady out of here who did not a goddamn thing to save your own ass. These hoes, when Chris Brown and Tiger and them was saying these hoes ain't loyal, they was really telling the gospel. These hoes ain't loyal. None of them. So mind you, when Michaela was getting up on the stand, Gabriel came in and she kind of looked like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Because what she was about to reveal is the fact that she played a part in her in his father's murder, okay? That she knew about it and she was lying this whole time because Annalise get up there on that stand and was going back and forth with her, cross-examining her, talking about something. How you know we slept together? Okay, well, who told you? What proof? Well, Wes said that you did. Okay, so didn't I ever teach you not to believe what somebody say? That's hearsay or whatever. Yeah, but you always had him up in your office, and you was always touchy-feely with him or whatever, and you was always alone with him. Oh, well, I was always alone with you too. So what's that got to say? She was like, but not as much as him. And I was like, you know what? When she said that part, I said Michaela may have a point, because at one point in season 1, in that first episode, because baby, I had to go back and I had to watch, you know what I'm saying? That first episode when Annalise was drunk and she was feeling all up on Wes and shit. Girl, I said, what is this? What is going on? I used to think that I said, what is happening, before we found out everything that was going on with them? Yes. But at this point, Annalise went down the line. She said, listen, did I teach you about this or whatever? She said, yeah, you taught me this, but you was before I found out that you was mechanical, egotistical, something maniac, killer, something woo woo woo. And they was like, strike that shit from the record. Annalise went into her and said, bitch, all you trying to do is trying to make it seem like, I told you to do this, when in reality you would do anything, because you came to Middleton, right, to be in my class. She was like, yeah, before I found out all that shit about you. But at this point, she said you would do anything to please me. That's what it is. Because she got mommy issues, and she do this to any woman in power. And that has been fucking documented throughout this whole series. Okay? And Annalise, this ain't the first time Annalise called her ass out on it. Next thing you know, bitch, she said, okay, since you want to play hardball and you want to play games and, keep on this whole little track record that, me and West was fucking each other. Did you, you ain't a liar, are you? No, I would never lie. Okay, so you wouldn't lie. Did you, report one of your students and have one of your classmates deported? She said, bitch, wait a minute, what? She wasn't ready for that. She was like, yeah, Simon Drake, you had him deported. No, I didn't. And girl, Annalise went over there to the table, punched play on that laptop, and got the phone call of Anna. You don't hear Michaela say her name because she wants to stay anonymous. You know what I'm saying? But it's her calling ICE, saying that she wanted Simon Drake deported. And next thing you know, they going back and forth, and Annalise was laying into that ass to the point that the judge, it was classic Annalise when she just gets so riled up and so fiery that the judge got to say, cut that shit out of this. We gonna hold you and continue to take your ass up out of here, Annalise. Calm the fuck down. Meanwhile, when that's over with, you know, Tegan got Bonnie and them back there, and Annalise, and Tegan telling them, okay, that was good. Jury seeing your fiery side, that was good. You got 7 out of 12 juries on your side so far. She was like, I would have had more if I would have broke that bitch. Okay, fuck that. We not finna break her. We gonna break Connor though. Mind you, sitting there where listening to Michaela saying all this shit, Annalise was just sitting there like, I should have just let these motherfuckers suffer the shit that they need to do, since they gonna be up here doing all this stuff. And I was just like, girl, yes. At this point, I mean, hindsight is 2020. We didn't know. We didn't know that they was gonna bitch out and switch on your ass like that. Okay, as if you was not their teacher and they couldn't use. I said, what is going on? It better be a plot twist in the next episode, this last episode, that be like, bitch, we did all this shit to help you. Okay, we was gonna flip and reverse it on that ass. Okay, and it was gonna turn out to help you for the good. Cause I'm not understanding this shit. Meanwhile, out there in the parking lot, Gabriel confronted Michaela and said it was all a lie. You tried to get at me, to cover up the shit that you did. No, it wasn't a lie. I did have feelings for you, but I said, girl, shut the fuck up. I said, Gabriel, don't feel bad about what you did. It ain't nothing compared to what they did. You did your shit because you was protecting your mom, and they did that shit because they was protecting themselves. Fuck that, okay? And talk about protecting themselves. Frank then found where Laura was at. Laura was like, oh my God, how did you find me? Frank said, this is where the FBI always put witnesses and shit at, okay? And it was like, why didn't you tell me what was up? Because I didn't want you to find me at this point. I mean, bitch, it could have saved me a whole bunch of time and heartache trying to find your ass. Okay, well, I don't want to tell you this because it's probably going to give you some more hurt. He said, listen, when it comes to you, I'm all out of hurt. What you got to say? Well, truth be told, I missed you. I said, Frank, don't fall for the bullshit. And, Frank was really over there to get her to convince her to not testify against Annalise. And she basically said, listen, at the end of the day, I got them to give me this goddamn deal, and it's a good deal. And if I had to choose between you and my son, the protection of my son, I'm going to always choose him. Even though, I had my times where I used to wonder if I would have let you come in and we would have been together and let us be a family. But that shit has passed. I said, no, bitch. You damn right that shit has passed. It's too much hurt and stuff over the bridge that's going on. Too much water over the goddamn bridge. The bridge is broken, okay? Soaked and demolished down to the bottom of the river, all right? We ain't got time for that. So at this point, Bonnie had called the lawyer, Hannah's lawyer, and was like, whatchamacallit, Annalise will take the $100 million deal, whatever amenity deal, not amenity deal, but NDA, saying that she won't put out there that Frank is Hannah's son, and it was like, okay, cool. Frank gets some information about the kids, and it's time for the next day at court for Connor to come up there and to testify. And right before that, Frank comes in and gives information to on a sticky note to Annalise and was like, here, this is some information about the kids' deal. She looked at it and she was like, you believe this? He said, I don't know, but that's what we need to go with. And then it was like, okay, tell Connor. I said, tell Connor. Connor come walking in, and as he walking in, Frank walking to the seat, and Frank says to him, Michaela got a better deal than you. Bitch. I said, what is going on? Connor get up there. They said, raise your right hand, put your left hand on the Bible. Here go him. Hold on, that ain't my right hand. He's shaking. I said, oh my God, Connie, you finna have a panic attack again? Girl, the prosecutor sitting there looking like, ain't this about a bitch? I said, oh, buddy. I miss Ho Connor, okay? I miss when he was a hoe before he got partnered up with Oliver. I really did. So Agent Lanford, he back there talking to Connor and basically was like, listen, when you pulled that stunt, talking about some, you was having a panic attack in the, confessional in the FBI room when we was interrogating you, I ain't believe that shit then, and I don't believe that shit now. So what you doing? What you doing? Okay? He was like, listen, I ain't trying to have all these lies. He was like, what, you don't want your deal? You don't want your deal? Because, truth be told, Michaela can get off, get her convicted off of her testimony as alone, okay? So he get up there and he lying his ass off, all right? And at this point, I'm not going to go through all of the stuff that he was saying, but at this point, I'm just going to get to the part, because the prosecutor asking him all these questions. Of course, he lying about the whole thing, and at least get up there, ask him some questions, cross-examine him, and they have a little back and forth, and she was like, bitch, are you a liar? Okay, it was like, you lied about your essay, talking about you were a conversion. First of all, no, before she said that, she said, of course, you probably up here lying about this because you don't want to be going to jail because, listen, you a gay man up in jail. They gonna have a field day with your ass, and I'd be scared too. They was like, oh shit, bitch. And she was like, oh no, hold on. I'm not gay shaming. I'm a bisexual woman myself. I said, oh my God, this is the first time Annalise has admitted that she is bisexual. I said, yes, bitch. That was a landmark moment right there. And then, you saw one of the jurors go like, oh shit. And so at this point, Tegan was writing down on her little note like, damn, he got sexuality bias or whatever. And so at this point, he was like, you didn't lie about your little essay that you wrote me to get up in here about you doing this, shutting down this gay conversion camp. Yes, that I called the people and it never existed. And Oliver was looking like, ain't this about a bitch? Girl, it was like, so that's the reason why you had me up in here. Because remember, I think like in season 5 or end of season 4, season 5, Oliver kind of kept on trying to understand why is it that Annalise chose him to be one of the Keating 5, and there was not a real reason given for him. Okay, so now he thinks that this is his reason because he could lie and all this stuff. She was like, no, bitch, I found this out last week when I found that you was testifying against me. That's it. Okay, and they started going back and forth, and it was like, didn't you also lie and do your husband know that you lied to get him? Because you only married him to appear to make it seem like you a good person when you really not. Because you only was talking to him and pretending like you like him for the first case that we had. And I said, you damn right. bitch. So they going back and forth, and once again it gets a little bit heated. And at this point the judge tell them, y'all both need to cut that shit out. Then they go back to the kids' house and they talking about the whole thing. And at this point, Oliver confronts Michaela about the whole you got a better deal. It was like, nah, Frank was just lying to you, trying to get underneath your skin. And I mean Connor. And of course Connor was like, okay, yeah, I know that's true, whatever. Meanwhile, back at C&G, girl, Bonnie shows up and tell Annalise, okay, so Hannah said, she'll go ahead and testify against the governor if you do this one more thing. She said, girl, what? She said, admit publicly if you win. Admit publicly. She do this and you win. Admit publicly that you killed Sam. And Tegan was like, no, girl, you're not gonna do that. You're not about to do that, okay? It was like, you're not finna get up here and ruin your legacy, your reputation, and all this stuff. Because at this point, Annalise was heavily thinking about it. And Tegan, was trying to show her which jurors was on her side and all this stuff. And at one point, Tegan was pleading with her, like, no, don't do that. You don't want to ruin your reputation, your legacy, your all this stuff. And Bonnie caught on to that shit. I was like, girl, Tegan, you are letting your real feelings show, okay? She don't want her boo to go to jail, all right? She don't want her boo to go to jail. She ain't going to be able to have conjugal visits the way that she wants to, because the only way they going to have to do that is if they get married. They ain't finna get married, and at least ain't about marriage right about now. She just, she said, baby, I want to hit it before you go. That's all that it is, okay? Tegan is in love with Annalise, like in love. That passion, that fire, and goddamn desire. Fire and, oh, that's my song. You turned off my fire. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. You gotta know your limits, and my throat wasn't giving it to you right then and there. Okay, and at this point, Annalise is at home debating with herself whether or not she should sign it, whether or not she should drink alcohol or nothing like that. She should kill herself and all that stuff. It was like, no, girl, don't do that stuff. Okay, calm it down. Meanwhile, back at the law firm, Bonnie and Tegan talking, and she was like, she got into you too, huh? She was like, listen, she just makes me feel alive. She was like, I know. Same thing with me. I said, okay, so they connecting. Bonnie gets it. I thought Bonnie would have felt the way. Meanwhile, Frank come down and they come up with a plan, because she was like, when she was talking to herself, she was like, you gotta think. You smart, you can think on your own without alcohol and all this stuff. I guess she formulated a plan, because next thing you know, Frank is in the basement, in the garage or whatever, the court building. Laura comes down there and said, I told them I had to go to the bathroom. What you wanted to talk about? Next thing you know, Annalise come out the shadows like, what's up? And she was like, I said, yeah, be scared. You let that lady believe that she really was your son, godmama, and you up here finna put her to jail to save your ass. For fucking what? Bitch, fuck Laurel. Basically, Annalise trying to convince Laurel not to freaking testify. She said, listen, your baby is alive because of me, because I pumped his little chest. Oh, so you trying to do tit for tat up in this bitch? That's what you always doing, and woo woo wooing and all this shit. No, girl, it ain't gonna happen, because I'm finna do what I gotta do for my son. Listen, you want to be just like your daddy, okay? You want your son to hate you if you go ahead and testify. Listen, your brother damn near killed Frank because he was up there torturing him. Oh my God, is that right, Frank? Yes, bitch. Okay, it's surprising that he goddamn standing the way that he's standing right now. Okay, and listen, you ain't gotta testify, because if you testify, your son gonna grow up to hate you just like you hate your daddy, and you don't want to be the mother that the son hates and all that stuff. Laurel kind of gut checked on Annalise when she said, coming from a woman who don't have children, you can't tell me what to do with mine. I said, okay, Laurel, I'll give you that point. That was a good one. She said, bitch, I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm going to always choose my son, okay? Don't fucking follow me. I said, all right. And I said, Laurel, I gained a little bit of respect. Half an inch? No. Half a centimeter? No. A millimeter? No. What's half of a centimeter and half of that? I gave that much of a respect for Laurel for taking up for herself right then and there. Okay, she said, "Bitch, you decide." Laurel get her ass up on the stand and she started talking about how Annalise made them do this. Annalise made them do that. She felt this way about it and all this stuff. The prosecutor started saying, basically what you saying that she did was brainwash you. Annalise said, "Fuck, bitch, I object," because at this point you ain't no goddamn psychologist. You not well versed in psychology and all this stuff. You ain't got no degree in this. So how can you say what's brainwashing and what's not? It was like anybody that knows what's going on, knows this, okay? This is common term. This is manipulation, isolation, making you feel like this. That's psychology 101. Bitch, Laurel came out the motherfucking blue and said, he said that's in a Psych 101 handbook. And Laurel said, also an FBI handbook too. I said, oh. Everybody said, wait a minute. She said, yeah, everything that I've been saying up on this stand is a goddamn lie because the FBI wanted me to do this shit. Agent Lanford told me to get up here and lie my ass off. Connor and Michaela was sick. They was like, what? Girl, Michaela, I was like, go ahead, Laurel. Say the fucking truth, bitch. Okay, that's the least you can fucking do. She said, listen, at the end of the day, the FBI coerced me to say all this shit, threatening me and my son and all that or whatever. But here's the thing. Annalise did not kill Wes. Annalise did not kill, I should say, Sam. Annalise was not sleeping with Wes because I was sleeping with Wes, hence the son that I have with him. Okay, you know what I'm saying? None of this shit was going down because of Annalise. All right, Wes did all this stuff on his own. I didn't see that he was mentally ill and as fucked up as he was. I said, so y'all really gonna keep this on Wes? Girl, at this point, the jury and everybody was just like, oh shit, you could just see the doubt. So Tegan is all happy in the back. Doubt, doubt, doubt. That's all that I see. Okay? Because if Annalise get off with a reasonable doubt, that's a win for her. And then at this point, Bonnie has to bring down the mood and say, well, Nate still got to testify tomorrow. Tegan said, who gives a fuck? Okay? The world can burn down in the next couple of hours. We'll just take this goddamn victory lap. And so at this point, Annalise said, give me that paper. We gonna sign it. She was like, no, we can't sign that contract. It was like, you just don't know what this gonna ruin you and all this stuff. It was like, listen, if it happens, it happens. All right. And at the end of the day, I'm going to sign this shit. And I said, damn, don't sign the contract. You're going to give Hannah what you want. What she want, okay? And so, at this point, she signs it. Bonnie and Frank meets up in the garage and, they have a little discussion talking about this Laurel situation. She was like, what's up? He said, I still got feelings for her. I said, you know what? He said, I don't want to hide nothing from you. I don't want to keep this from you, but at the end of the day, I still got feelings for her. I said, goddamn, Bonnie can't win for shit. Girl, Connor and Michaela go over there to confront Laurel. Laurel said, at the end of the day, I'm trying to be a good person, okay? I don't want to get up here lying or whatever. I thought because I'm not okay with just cheating and lying and doing all this other stuff. Michaela said, bitch, I am, okay? Connor said, listen, I'm trying to be a good person too. That's why, both of us doing this 5 years and all this stuff. And Michaela said, no, bitch, that's just you, okay? I'm not going to jail. I've negotiated for probation. And so what Frank was telling you was the truth. I said, see, this is why I can't stand Michaela. And I want something to happen to Michaela, okay? Because Michaela's the one doing all this shit. I'm just going to put all the blame on goddamn Michaela at this point. So, of course, they bitching and moaning about what's going on. And then, they get an alert that Xavier is dead. Okay, and at this point, we see Bonnie going over there giving Floyd the contract that Annalise has signed, and he was like, okay, all I gotta do is give it to Hannah and let her sign it or whatever. Meanwhile, Nate, Tegan and Annalise at the crib looking at this whole stuff, and then they saying on the news thing is that Governor Burkhead lied and said that she didn't have no dealings with the Castillos, but she really did, and so now they finna look into investigating her. Okay, so everything is like the chickens are really about to come home to roost at this point. Nate is at the jail, talking to Jorge, showing him the fact that, listen, your son is dead. He said, this has some, you did this. Nate lied so effortlessly and said, nah, because if it was me, I would have had him. If I would have known about this, I would have had him up in the FBI. I said, in the FBI locked up. I said, bitch, what? They said, go ahead and testify. That's all I need you to do. I said, oh, okay, so we're going to see if Jorge going to testify. Now, see, at this point, Bonnie comes back And Bonnie is all, Tegan is all happy, Annalise all happy because now they think they got this in the bag. They signed off on this whole thing with, Hannah, and she gonna get up there and testify, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the damn thing, okay? That's gonna be the end all, to be all, connecting the goddamn dots. Bonnie come in and said, bitch, you can start celebrating because Hannah done killed her motherfucking self. They said that it looked like a suicide girl because when Floyd went over there, the lawyer went over there to go get her to sign, she was already dead. Now it was like, now she either killed herself or it was Frank that did it. And Annalise said, why would it be Frank? They go back to that conversation that she was having with Frank up in that goddamn garage. And this bitch. Now Annalise said, don't tell him anything. But because Frank said, I still love this girl, I need to keep it all the way 100 with you. I still love this girl, but it don't take away how much I love you. She said, well, listen, since you love Laurel, okay, and you still playing games with me, I'm finna play games with your heart right about now. Sam and Hannah had a kid together, and it was a boy, and the TV cut the fuck off. I said, ain't this about a bitch? Girl, this episode was good. Now, let me tell you something, because somebody put in the comments, one of the comments was, the storyline about the baby being Frank and Hannah and Sam being together is so far-fetched, and it was such, the way that they did it was so messed up or whatever. No, it's not, okay? Because this was one of the things that was alluded to in previous seasons, and that's exactly why they put that clip in when Annalise was talking to Hannah and said, incest is best. Incest is best, put your brother to the test or something like that. That was what it was, okay? They never got back to that. They got back to that in last week's episode when they said that this whole thing to tie it all together. So it was a full circle thing. But anyway, girl, this episode was good. I'm so scared for next week. Baby, they better get my bitch off. They better get my bitch off. And something better happen to them kids. Them kids better not get off scotch-free. And I'm including Laurel's ass, bitch. I don't care if she wanted to do this right shit at the end of the moment. No, something better happen. But anyway, that was How to Get Away with Murder. Bitch, this thing like 4 minutes, 40 minutes long. Who gives a shit? Girl, I'll see y'all later. Peace.